Come with me and we'll be in a world of pure imagination. Chocolates are the order of the day here, and with so many fillings to choose from, you really need to ask yourself if you want to waste time with coconut. Easily the worst addition to candy since peppermint. Scalding hot candy takes aside, today's game is Truffle Shuffle, our provided review copy coming to us from Alderac Games from the design collective at Flatout Games, creators of the easily top 3 game of 2020 in Calico. Let's unbox it and I'll show you how to play. Unboxing Truffle Shuffle is as easy as opening your Whitman sampler on Valentine's Day, which is for sure an analogy people use all the time. The admittedly longer 16-page rulebook has the same art as our chocolatey cover and reveals 2 channels below that houses the game's 117 truffle cards and a shallower center channel for the game's coins, a nod to the gold foil stamped chocolate discs whose vaguely minty smell still haunts my memories today. An absolutely perfect, colorful setup awaits us as we get this one to the table, so let's not savor any longer. Time to dive in. A perfectly poised pyramid of pastilles welcomes you to the table with an added surprise of starting our game completely devoid of a hand of cards. Crafting attractive boxes of truffles is the name of our game, and to do so, you'll be assembling runs and sets of the varying colored candies. Fulfilling a listed order on your playing card by turning in the required cards will net you payment based on the difficulty of the set, and the player with the most coins at the end of 3 rounds is your winner. So, how do you hoard these melty bonbons? It's easy, dear friends. On your turn, you'll choose any card from the tableau that is available, meaning that it's not covered up by any other card. The bottom row is always going to be face down, forcing you to choose only by flavor. It's both a very compelling game mechanic that simulates the random dealing of a starting hand while also making things slightly easier for the player or players near the end of the turn order, but also super thematic, as Forrest Gump would no doubt confirm. Each turn, players will choose an uncovered card, and then if their hand contains a valid order, they can fulfill it by revealing those cards and claiming the allotted coins. If you are among the first few players in a round to fulfill an order of 4 chocolates or more, you can take a bonus coin from the display. That's really it. Truly, that's the teach. Once all the cards on the table have been claimed, the round is over. You'll discard down to cards in your hand equal to the number of players in the game, and then deal out a new display with the remaining cards in the deck. Don't shuffle completed orders back in. Those chocolates are in your customers' happy little bellies. Adding to the toffee crunch of this game are these special cards, which take the form of either these wild cards, either any color or any number that you want, or the change cards, again of either color or any number. While the former are pretty straightforward, it's the modifier cards that give this otherwise simple affair an air of class. Let's say you wanted to submit an order of 4 4s. This is a number set and would be worth 4 points. You neatly already have, let's say, 3 4s, but also a 2 and a number change card. You can't just discard the 3 4s and the number change cards, since this one requires a target to work. Submitting them all would do the trick, as you could then change the 2 into a 4 and Bob's your uncle. You can get really complicated here by changing some random number and color combination into exactly the card you want, but doing so will require you to have both flavors of change cards, and here is where you can start to see behind the design curtain. Since the round will immediately end and force a discard as soon as the last card is picked up, the early laps in a round consist of everyone dreaming of massive point totals as they pick up cards with abandon. Once reality sets in, however, you are going to have to make some serious concessions as you try to maximize the value in the round, and that process is the gooey center of Truffle Shuffle. It's a secret min-maxing game in disguise of a simple set collector. Oh, what's that? You want even more game in your game? You got it. How about a little bit of push your luck? Just a tiny bit? Enter the skip card. Playing one of these on your turn forfeits your action. You can't even sell an order. You'll wait an entire lap around the table, but when it gets back to you, you're afforded the opportunity to grab 3 cards from the tableau. Insane value, and probably even worth it when there isn't a card you're desperate for available. The trouble with this card is in the value proposition itself. Play it too early and you could end up with a bunch of junk you can't use. Wait on it and you're out of time. You can't pivot from the cards you draw. Using it to end a round early is especially savory. If a player to your left is expecting 2 more turns, playing this card can ensure they only get 1, and now they really have to decide how to change their strategy. It's in these moments that you realize that Truffle Shuffle, while lacking any direct player interaction, has resource denial, which can sometimes be just as good. In the right hands, a particularly devastating take 2 or skip can ruin another player's carefully laid plans, causing all kinds of anarchy in your game. If that's your speed, there's room here for it. If it's not, then rest assured it won't happen very often. Somehow, and this is a testament to every Flatout game we've played, the designer trio of Molly Johnson, Shawn Stankewich, and Robert Melvin have crafted a nearly flawless casual game that has, true to its name, ribbons of richer flavor running through it. Calico is a really thinky puzzle game wrapped in an unassuming kitten-covered blanket, and their newest game coming to this channel very soon, Cascadia, does the same thing, hiding tile laying in a sort of reverse area control mechanic among serene wildlife. It's a massive testament to this design house that they're able to perfectly combine theme and mechanics with just enough crunch to make the experience worthwhile to both new and seasoned gamers. Truffle Shuffle continues that pedigree, and in a scant 30 minutes or so. If this all sounds like your particular brand of fun, then I promise you, you're right. Truffle Shuffle breezily delivers on a quick yet interesting set of decisions with a delicious theme and looks great on the table. One has to wonder exactly when Flatout Games is going to falter. So far, every game I've played by them has been a certified banger. Let's go through our checklist before I give you my final thoughts. In the box, rulebook clear and non-gender pronouns. In a rare turn of events, I actually think our 16-page rulebook here tends to over-explain this relatively simple game to its detriment. I was able to teach you all this game in one of my shorter sections in recent memory, so why Flatout and Alderac felt that fully half of the rulebook needed to be fleshed out with tons of examples is beyond my ken. Still, more is better than less, and it uses second-person pronouns you and yours throughout. Iconography clear. For me, yes. Admittedly, I grasp the concept of using cards to manipulate other cards pretty quickly, but I can understand how it might be confusing for new players. The fact that some cards are wild, while some only work to modify other cards, might be too salty for some. The only other iconography set helps to distinguish card suits from each other for our colorblind gamer friends, so they're very welcome. Packaging well done. So-so. The insert does neatly fit sleeved cards with a functional center channel for the chocolate gold coins, but unless you sleeve your cards, they're going to slide around and make opening the game after storing it vertically a little bit of a mess. Not enough to be truly annoying, but it's noticeable. On the table, good representation. No people in our game, so the only representation I'm caring about is the fact that all my favorite chocolate editions are represented here, strawberry cream and caramel topping that particular list. Component quality, not bad. The cards are nothing to write home about, and the chocolate cardboard coins are thicker than you'd expect. Replay value, very high. With the giant stack of cards and the way they're dealt out over the entire game, there's plenty of aspirational scoring to reach for, but find challenging to achieve. While I personally wished for a 5th player option, the standard 2 to 4 gamers will find plenty to keep coming back to in this box. Fun to lose. And now we arrive at my main complaint about this game once again. Since cards won't ever repeat in a single game, though there are multiples of each, if you miss out on what you need, you'll have to pivot away from a higher scoring possibility. Having to do this more than once in a game almost certainly seals a loss, but scores can be pretty tight across an average game session. Fall behind early though, and there just isn't enough space to catch up. While I hate to end my checklist on that note, I do want to say that I really enjoyed Truffle Shuffle. It's exactly the kind of kitchen table game that you can keep at your cabin or throw into your carry-on bag and be able to jam a game with family pretty easily without needing to pay a lot of attention to it. That being said, it does need a good amount of table space and may sometimes require someone who's going to lose to be able to keep their head in the game. None of that should detract from my recommendation of this one though. It's a delectable addition to your small box collection. I'm Nicholas, reminding you to help protect the game population, always sleeve your cards. Hey everyone, if you liked our video, please hit that sub button and ring that bell for notifications. Check out all of our other offerings at goodluckhighfive.com, and please consider becoming a patron of the channel over at patreon.com/glhfmagic. It helps us keep making reviews, videos, podcasts, and you can become a member for any dollar amount. We're also always looking for new games to review. You can reach us at glhfmagic@gmail.com. You can follow me, Captain N, the Game Master, at CaptainNGM on Twitter and Instagram, and follow the channel at GLHF Remember, please shop at your local game store whenever possible. Until next time, I'm Nicholas, and good luck. High five.